Okay, so what I want to show you here today is some of the capabilities, a bit of a taster of TopSolid and its parametrics and what you can actually do with it. Okay, so here I drew up a unit for one of our current clients of TopSolid'Wood. Okay, and as you can see, we've got rails here, we've got upholstery of course, which you can draw, and it's all drawn in TopSolid'Wood. Now let's actually make a few changes to this. So the client, what they wanted was to change the overall width, but also change the number of rails here. So what we can do is maybe just modify this length here, maybe to 4000 mils, and change it up. As you can see, it changes everything in place and changes it equally, the spaces. What we'll also do is change the number here from 3 to maybe 5. So as you can see, it adds in additional parts. So that's pretty powerful, that it can actually add in all of these additional parts if you tell it to. This saves a lot of drawing time and also time in making changes to revisions and so on. Now next what I want to show you is maybe a curved unit here. As you can see, that was previously the unit that I was showing you. Now here, this is my curved unit and I've got different names here. So what I can do is I can click on any of these. I can change the number here to 4, and again it adds in additional shells, so I don't have to be redrawing and copying and pasting, and it equally divides the spaces here. So here, let's change the angle to 100 and maybe 80. There we go. Big change there. Let's change the number here from 2 to say 3, because we now want 3 shells here, equally spaced. Let's change the kick height to maybe 100 mils, as you can see here. And let's change the bench top height to maybe 700. There we go. So it's pretty powerful, the parametric qualities to this. So again, it saves time in that revision process, and also not just that, but it also saves you drawing time because it allows you to add in additional parts. Now what I want to show you next is a pretty big drawing. So let's open up this here and let's just go into our room here and let's just rotate so you can get a good view of what we're actually looking at here. Now, within this scene, we're after using and dragging and dropping in, several different units here. But all I have to do is click on, say, for instance, this shelf here. We can say, right, we want to change the gaps here to maybe 100 mils. And it changes the number of shelves. So again, over here, we can change the shelf gap and maybe to 175. Okay, increase it to 4. We can click on this door here. So we'll just click on this door, interchange that with, say, a double door. And we'll now modify it to suit. We'll click on this now, interchange it once again with a double door. So you can make changes to the unit. Now these aren't just visual changes to the drawing, but if we just look at our see-through mode or our wireframe mode, we can see actually the hardware in place also there. So it changes the hardware and also changes the machine. What about if we want to make major changes to this drawing? Say for instance, change up the dimensions here. What we can do is I'll just turn everything on here. As you can see, we've got dimensions there. So I can just click on these dimensions and say, for instance, type in 600 and it will now change it. Now, not only has it changed this side, it's also changed this side because there's a connection between the two. What about this dimension here? we'll type in, say for instance, 750 mils, and it will now change also. And maybe we'll make a change to this middle unit and we'll say 600 and wait for that change. As you can see here, it's brought it to 600 mils. Now this is just to give you a bit of an idea of what you can actually achieve with the parametrics here in TopSolid'Wood, and how you can make changes, and fairly big changes, to the scene or individual drawings. And what I'll do is create a rendering. Okay, so let's just zoom out of here. And how you create a render is here. This is our area where we can pick a ray trace, which is a really good rendering. We can create our hand drawing view and various different options here. We can increase the quality and the radiosity here. Now what I'll do is I'll just open up one of these just to give you a bit of an idea of what you can create. So here, this is your hand drawn, you could say, sketch, and then this is the render mode. So you can create really good crisp renderings that you can present to the client then. Okay, so let's minimize that, and here in TopSolid'Wood what we can also do is save as a 3D PDF, and we've got various different file formats here as well, like STLs and SketchUp and AutoCAD and CATIA and IGES and so on. You can see it here. But what we can also save is as a 3D PDF. So if we save this as a 3D PDF, and if I just opened it up here, what you can see, instead of the usual, I suppose, 2D PDF that you'd be used to, plans, elevations, you can send this to the client. And here, we can just rotate this, and we can zoom in and see exactly what's going on, and rotate it up and spin, and see exactly what's going on here. So, if we just minimize that, go back to my 3D model once again. So this once again has been a quick demonstration of TopSolid'Wood and its parametrics and its also presentational qualities as well.